Welcome to Shaman Man, a channel for spiritual growth and personal development. We hope you find this video helpful, and if you do, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment letting us know what you think. We're glad you're here. Be well.
Hey everyone, it's David with Shaman Man. Thank you for being here. We're in a time of a lot of turmoil, a time where a lot of things are occurring around us, right? And I guess this is more of a sharing type video where many of us are experiencing a lot of anger, frustration, dis-ease in a way of more of, less maybe depression. I'm not suggesting that that doesn't occur too, but more of, just wound up, right? Kind of like, ugh. And I'm sharing this to say, if you're experiencing these kind of aggressive feelings, like, you're not alone. This is, a lot of us are facing a time of anger because we're in a time of change. And when you don't have the tools, when you don't catch a break, right? When you're not feeling you're looked after, even though you are, but you're just not experiencing that feeling at the moment, there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of anger at being here, anger at this not working out, anger at this moving slower than it should, or too fast, right? And you're not sure how to handle it because you weren't really ready to move in that direction so quickly. Anger at and frustration at I'm making these changes, and then I'm unable to follow through. Something happens, and all of a sudden, I revert back to my old ways, right? And then there's guilt, and gosh, I thought I was doing so good, and now I'm not. That's what's happening right now. When we talked about this energy blast that we're walking through, and will continue to kind of escalate over the next couple of weeks, I think for a lot of us, it really brings up some deep-rooted stuff, which it's meant to do. We're kind of being squeezed like a big old pimple right now. So I want to throw this at you, I guess, like I said, as more of a sharing video to say it's okay. What you're experiencing is part of the natural process. You have to pour out your cup in order to fill it again, right? If something happens that really stirs this stuff up in you, and then you're conscious of it after the fact, that's a blessing, because you're still conscious of it after the fact. Just because you couldn't take hold of yourself during the event of whatever was really driving you and creating issues for you, and this feeling, right? The fact that you were conscious after the event shows you are making progress. So understand that when you are in the business of changing you, when you are in that mode, and that it's not a perfect process, and you have to cut yourself a little slack, because you're learning how to do things all over again in a different way, and that starts with a feeling, right? And then it starts next with how your mind, what you think of first, what you pattern yourself on, and then obviously there's the execution, there's the physical manifestation in this place of what all of that processing meant to you and how you deliver that to the world. So if you're one of us who are experiencing this dramatic flow, this really big up and down time, and it's creating a lot of frustration, anger in you, I want you to let it out. So don't bottle that up and say, I can't express that because that's not the new me. I'm still in the old me. What if it was really about you purging some of this stuff? Nobody enjoys throwing up, but when you're sick, 9 out of 10 times, you dreaded it up until the moment you finally did it, And then after the fact, you feel much better. So I'm not suggesting that you go throw up on everyone, you go, spew, poison at everybody. But what I am suggesting is that if you can take a little time for yourself and let that stuff go through you, let that stuff out in a way that you're not creating hopefully more pain with everyone else, but you're able to kind of purge yourself of that stuff, you're going to feel a lot lighter. Now, as you work on yourself with some of those deep issues, you won't be triggered as much in those ways. And that's a whole nother, discussion. But for now, just as we share together, I want you to know that it's okay, and that what you're feeling is normal, and that many of us are expressing and feeling these things, and it's okay. It's just time to work through them. And so if we haven't done a lot of work on that, it's going to be a little more painful for us, a little more, a little wound up more. The more work we do on that, then the triggering becomes a lot less. How you handle it becomes better, and it's not so painful, not so dramatic a shift in your beingness, in your feelings. You'll have a little more stability in your space. And that's really what this is about. As we grow together, it's about shifting from the old us into the new us. And just be okay with where you are now, and know you are making progress. And keep it up.